How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to show you how to steam some fish and make a really healthy meal. These two fish is only $4.50 altogether. I have some of these vegetables from a Chinese supermarket which they call gailan. This whole bag costs about $2.50 and I'd say there's about 3 servings in here. And the fish here is about 1.75 pounds. I think there could be about 3 servings in here as well. So $4.50 for the fish, $2.50 for the vegetable, another $1 for the rice. All of this comes out to be about $3 a meal, which is a lot cheaper than fast food. Of course, there needs to be a little preparation, but it's really only going to take me about 10 minutes. Let me show you. You go to the market and you pick out a fish. Usually you look at the eyes and make sure that it's really clear, and then you'll know it's pretty fresh, and then I just get them cleaned. Of course, if you get the live ones in the tank, it's a little bit more expensive and it tastes a little bit better. So you see they clean out the guts in the fish already. They descale these for you already, but generally they don't do a super duper good job, so I like to run it through another time. But when you descale at home, you gotta make sure all the scales don't fall inside your sink because it will clog things up. So that's why I'm doing it in this metal bowl here. I can get a little bit more scales to come out. The point with getting all this scale out is because when you eat it, then you won't have all this scale in your mouth when you're eating the skin and stuff. Ow, 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 ow. I just poked myself in this fin here. Wow, this is really sharp. Be careful here. This is so sharp. In fact, I poked myself once trying to grab them at the supermarket, so there's a real hazard here. Poked myself here, and I'm just sealing it with super glue for now. You gotta really strain it out. You see all this scale right here? If it goes in your drain, this is gonna clog it immediately because it gets stuck with all the fat. Just throw this away. This is about 2 servings, it seems. Rinse your vegetables. Apparently, you gotta rinse this 3 times before it's super duper clean. Now I got a pretty big pan here just with a lid. Nothing special, not a special steamer. I got one of these steamer racks. I filled the water up all the way to the steamer rack and lined the plate with some of the leafy parts of the vegetables that we just washed. Then you just stick your fish on top. You don't put any leaves there or some sort of vegetable to line the bottom. The skin of the fish tends to stick to the plate. So it's really good to just line the bottom. And then you can just salt the fish like this. But I tend to not need to salt it even because this fish by itself is salty enough for me. So as a rule of thumb, any normal size fish that will fit on this plate, maybe around 2 pounds, 3 pounds or so, you only need to steam it 13 minutes. 13 minutes is the standard. And then if it's a really small fish, you can tone it down to about 12 minutes or 11 minutes. But really about 12 is good. If it's a really big fish, then you might do 15, 16, or 17 minutes. You really don't want to overcook the fish because right when it's cooked, it's when it's most delicious. The water's starting to boil and you count the timing from when it starts boiling. Okay, so let's start the count at 13 minutes. If you cook rice from the beginning, it might take somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. But if it's cooked already and you have a batch in the refrigerator, you just take it out, microwave it for about, I don't know, a minute 40 or so, and then you're ready to eat it. Let's just put some olive oil in, and then I'm going to toss in the gailan and cover this. It's about 6 minutes in, and you can see it looks like it's done, but then inside it's probably not done yet. So then just plate your vegetables. It's done. Normally what I do is just pour the fish soup over into another bowl. Transfer the fish over on top of the same plate. So I'm gonna use this seasoned soy sauce for seafood. It's just kind of soy sauce, but it tastes a little bit sweet. And then I just add just a tiny bit of this soy sauce. Good enough. So there you have it, steamed fish. It actually takes me a lot less time to make this if I don't have to record a video while I'm doing this. So if I had the rice done already, after I buy the fish, I bring it home, it'd probably be ready within 15 minutes. So all of this in 15 minutes. It's strange because you see all this omega-3 fish oil vitamins that you buy and it's quite expensive. However, if I just go and eat a fish, there's a lot of fish oil within a real fish, right? So just go and eat more fish if it's available to you. One thing I know you might be thinking is, oh my gosh, fish, vegetables, and rice, this is all really plain. I used to eat like steak, really heavily flavored, really salty stuff, but it turns out red meat and stuff, it's not very healthy for you. And so this may look strange to some people, but it's actually really good for you. I actually never tried this type of fish before. It's called a white perch. So let me give it a shot and see if it's good. Not bad. Let me show you how tender the meat here is. You see, it just falls right off like this. When the fish is just done, it's really, really tender. Some fish has a lot of bones in it, and if you're not really good at eating fish with bones in it, that might not be for you. But this white perch, well, not much bones in it. Sort of tastes trout-like. I tend to buy other fish that are a little bit more buttery, but this one is just as good. So there are actually a lot of different types of fish. Even at my local supermarket, there's about 20, 30 different kinds, and I actually haven't had every single one of them yet. So something to try is every single day you just go and get a different fish there, and then you steam it and eat it, which will be, you know, pretty darn healthy for you. So I hope you guys learned something here and not be afraid to get a fish to steam and cook it yourself at home. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you already steam your own fish, and let me know if you actually eat the fish head, because I do. If you're interested in supporting this channel, I have an Audible link down in the video description below. I have Patreon here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I feel like I should show you guys what happens after the meal. Each fish is about 0.9 pounds, so it did take one whole fish for me to eat one meal. This right here, you see, it's all the bones from that whole fish. This is it. I completely devoured every edible part of the fish there is. It actually tastes pretty good to me. I do understand that eating certain parts, maybe eating the bone or something, it's kind of like not the usual thing that people do at like American restaurants. But people do this in Chinese restaurants, and especially at home. You know, you just eat every part of the fish, and actually certain parts of the head is actually really good for you as well, because there's a lot of fish oil inside the head, so it's just something to think about.